Please come to standing position to begin practice today. So a variation of mountain pose is samasthiti, which means same standing pose, which means you bring your feet together instead of separating them under your hips. Try touching your big toes together. Start with the ground. Start having a look, loving awareness, spread ground. Spread out your toes, bring them down. Lifting the inner arches of the feet. Feel that line of inner arch up into your pelvis. Bring yourself upright. Let your hands rest on your thighs so that you're firm in your legs. Some downward pressing energy. A bit of balance challenge here with your feet close together. Continue rising up your body. Notice your pelvis. How are you holding that? Are you tilting it forward or back? So on a neutral pelvis so that the low back draws in and up, has plenty of space. Spine can be tall, shoulders can rest on the ribs. Gently gathering your arms into your sides, standing with axial extension, that tall spine. Breathe deeply. Cultivating the stillness in the low belly. On each exhale, 4, gentle nose breathing, one more time. Toning low belly. Hands to the center of the chest. Inhale for the Om. Om. Resting the awareness of the brain on the body and the breath. As we move through practice today, include what's in your heart and create a stillness in the low belly and try to maintain that. I feel like sometimes I talk about it a lot during class. I want to just let you go with that idea. Let's bring the hands down there for just a moment before we move out of this shape. Still and grounded in the low belly, a little tone between the front hip points. With practice, we develop a connection. And release, step to mountain pose, stepping your feet apart. Feel how that eases the stance. I'm starting to get a lot of sensation from holding samasthiti for so long. Bring your arms up, lifting your rib cage, lift the plane of your face. Breathe in, breathe out. To Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands. Pay attention to your back body and your front body one more time. Exhale, bring down your arms. Widen your feet slightly for standing back bend. Turning out comfortably. Feet pressed, legs firm. Hands behind you into that back pocket zone so that you can lift your ribs, bring your pelvis forward. Maybe lift up your face and go back a little bit. 1. This is not a huge movement. It's a little front body opening. One more time. Remember to tone on the exhales. Exhale. Grounded belly, pelvis back underneath, and release the pose. Crossover side bend. Bring your right leg in front of your left. And look down or resist looking down. Feel it from the ground up, reach up, touch your wrist and side stretch over slowly. Line all the way to the floor, lengthen the low back. Do a downward turn for the gaze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Core strength between movements. Release, changing sides. Let it go. Find your balance. Bring it on up. So you get as many as 8 breaths while I talk about the pose if you are more familiar. Your endurance increases over time. And we come, remember, with a beginner's mind to feel your way into each shape today. Meeting where it is right now. Exhale one more time. Low back and core strength as you come out of that shape. And release the arms, stepping out. Standing twist. Bow and arrow pose. It's a good one for releasing some upper body tension. So step towards the right. Comfortable stance so that you can turn to look towards the back of your mat. Pull your left fist and push your right fist like you're holding a bow and holding it tight and ready. A little squeezing, gaze and aim behind you. 1, 2, 3, a little side stretch with the eyes. 4, a little more of the squeeze and tension in the upper body and the arms and hands, and then let go. Step back to center. Evenness, and then the other side. Turning so your belly is at least partly facing the other side of your mat for this. So we have a strong stance for this kind of work where we imagine aiming the arrow of awareness. 1, 2, so we can squeeze the hands without causing harm. Mindful of those joints and bones. Breathing a little bit of tension in order to release it. Next time you breathe out, let fly. Come back to center. Tall spine, inhale, catch the front of your pelvis. Left direction of the spine is the forward fold. Let your knees bend. First one, come on down. Bring your hands behind your legs and gently guide yourself towards them. 1. Keep steady this time, pressing the feet into the ground. Lengthening the back body. 4. One more time. Standing up, hands back to the pelvis, a bend in the knees. Rise up, inhale, exhale. Utkatasana. Hips down and back, coming into your squat. The knees track right towards the toes. It's okay if they move forward. Find that squat. Focus on the lotus today, holding the sides of the waist. 1, 2, spine is long. Reaching your head away from your hips a little bit. 3. Challenge your squat. Feel some strength around your hip joints. 1 more time. Exhale. Inhale. Press your feet and return upright. Breathing out. Flowing through some sun salutations. Let's do Surya B today. It includes everything pretty much. It starts with the knee bend and the arms reach. Inhale. Just as much of the movement feels right in your body. Slow breathing. Exhale towards your legs. Axial extension, third position. Slowly lengthen your arms and spine. Firm your legs here. Tone your belly. Bring your hands down. Right leg back. Left leg back. Palakasana. Exhale. Knees down, release your toes, slowly breathe in. It's okay to take extra breaths or pause. Pelvis forward, rib cage lifts, face lifts. Slowly back it out to puppy pose. They're still warming up. Tuck the toes, stretch back, elbows up, head down. Hold for 5. A lot of the energy lines in the body run through the feet, so this kind of work beneficial for awakening the energy in the toes. Coming up to a cow spine, release your feet, inhale. Back to downward facing dog. I can feel my hands anticipating that movement, doing a little micro movements. And bring your fingertips into the ground to help support us transitioning in. Refine your hands. Bring your head down. Uddiyana Bandha. Press hands and feet. One more time, breathe deeply. So Uddiyana Bandha, uplift in the low belly. Anticipating this transition to Warrior A. One choice could be to go back and get your right leg and bring it up. Angle the back heel. When you're ready, stand up and center your knee. Bring up your arms. Spinal extension, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring down your arms, leg back, plank. Upward dog from the knees, breathe in. Downward dog, 1 breath. Other side, so that assist if you'd like to give it. Breathe freely here as you find your foundation. Rising up, Warrior A. Hips forward, arms up, face up. Stay deeply connected with your feet, your big toes. One more time, breathe in, breathe and reach. Breathe out, flow through to downward dog. You could go directly there, or do your plank, up dog, and then up dog. Breathe once more. Center engaged as you come to the half lift. Exhale, fold in, tuck your chin, lengthen your neck. Process of standing with the knees bent. Inhale, arms up, Utkatasana. Exhale. And more with the other side leading the way. Inhale up, bend your knees, reach your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Left leg back first, plank first. Upward dog, where you can bring down your knees or use the tops of your feet. 1 breath to downward dog. Concentrate. Left leg forward first, Warrior A. Come on up. Once you have your foundation, let's do the unshakable courage gesture. Wide thumbs. Still that lift of the heart, lift of the face. Arms up, breathe in. So we can sweep them down for this movement. Back, flow through. Gives you permission to work through those shapes in your own way. Exhale, downward dog. Second side. Right foot forward, Warrior A. Come up. Other index finger on top. Standing poses are grounding partly because all of our weight is, everything is going through the feet right now. Strong earth connection. Inhale to finish. Reach and exhale. See you in downward dog. 1, 2, 3, 4. Legs firm and press back. 5. Coming forward to halfway lift. Exhale, fold towards the legs. Come up with your knees bent, reach your arms. Breathe in. Breathe out, back to secure. Parsvottanasana, right leg back. Straight leg stance facing forward. So it's like a short stance warrior A without the knee bent. Thumbs down, thumbs back, rolling the shoulders internally, reach. Come together low, and where are you working on this right now? This is palms pressed behind the back pose, but it doesn't have to be that. So knuckles pressing is a great way to approximate that work. Come up to your own degree, so your chest leads the way. Breathe in. Exhale, keep your legs straight and lengthen out. Big toe gaze. Keep your elbows lifting. Maybe fold more out over your legs. Stop at any point. Feet. 1. Spread and press. 2. 3. 4. 5. Coming up. Stargazer, breathe in. Breathe out, release your arms and step to the front. Other side. Meditative process here. Feel your way in. Bring your arms into the pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Neck long. I can see the muscles above my knee on the front leg firming and working hard to stay stable. Feet open and press both feet one more time. A challenging balance. Seems like forever. Coming up, inhale. Lift to stargazer. Release and step out. Wrists do a little flow. Bend your hands together to center and ground. Coming to the right side of your mat. You can add a little knee bend as you transition, or not. Just come out. Find wide parallel feet, a legs distance apart. Roots of the big toes, look down. Heels can angle out a little bit, but mostly parallel. All right, bend your right knee directly towards your toes, coming into the lateral lunge. Hands on the thighs is nice for this one. So hip, knee, and ankle all tracking in the same direction. Loading up your legs with a little strength. 1, 2, pushing into that outside edge of the foot. 3, 4, 5. Press your legs straight, breathe in, glute squeeze at the top. And then the other side, hip, knee, ankle, towards the toes. 1, 2, make the most of your 5 breaths. Get a little stronger each time. Pressing into that whole foot, the outside edge a little more. 4, 5. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale here. Reach your arms, breathe in. Leave your fingers, breathe out. Bring your hands down, shoulder blades together. Don't force this. Right ear towards the right shoulder. Deep breath. Chin to chest, deep breath. Left ear, left shoulder. Back to the chest. Lift your chin, lift your face, squeeze the shoulder blades, reach the arms back a bit. And release, spinning your elbows, let go of your hands. Coming to warrior B. So a mindful transition, pivoting on the heel of your front foot and bending your knee. Make your way there safely. Reach out your arms. Have a look at your back arm today. So you can set it and try to keep it as it is as you turn your head for 1, 2. Gathering the fingers together helps you firm the muscles of the arms. Not overdoing. 5. Lean and reach pose. It's okay to bring in the back foot as you come out. The legs steady. Turn your rib cage and your face up towards your hand in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Belly. And then move up and out, warrior B. Reverse. One more shape. Keep the legs steady. Maybe folding in the elbows today to touch the middle of your back. Somewhere along that midline, back of your head or your spine. This is dynamic in the feet and legs. 1 more time. Breathe out. Let all of those actions release back to our wide parallel stance. Second side, a mindful turn of the hip. Pivoting on the heel, come to warrior B. Refine the stance, ready for a long hold. Start with checking on your back arm. Once it's set, gaze off the front fingers. 1, 2. Helps us keep independent neck movement. Practicing this every time. The ability to look without moving our whole bodies is good. Exhale to extended side angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The foundation coming up. The reverse form, letting the elbows bend, coming behind the back. So on your bottom hand, you're on the back of your hand. And then the top hand is the palm. Knee is steady. Dynamic feet. 1 more time. Exhale. Release these actions. Come back to the side of your mat. Finishing this work with the plie squat of Utkarta Padmasana, turning out hips, knees, and toes about 45 degrees and bending your knees, tracking them right towards your toes. If your inseams are so tight that they're pulling your knees in, you need to change the angle of your foot. Lessen that so knees can track towards the middle toes. And a tall and centered spine. Hold it steady. Focus on the low body, upper body, mountain. More. Keep your legs straight. Toes move forward. 1 foot at a time. Work your way out of that stance. Top of your mat. Exhale. Lifting into the right leg. From mountain, shift your weight, getting a piece of paper underneath your foot, and you can keep your toe very close to the floor. Arms wherever they support you. Stand tall. Feel what your body's doing here. All these movements. And mountain. Other side. shift, lift, little compensation, trying to stay tall and centered as you come off center. One more time. With your exhale, release back to both feet. Warrior C, a variation of what we just did, basically shifting the weight. Finding that just right angle of your foot. Shift so you feel steady, and then the left leg going back, toes point on the ground, arms forward. Stay, or lean forward as you lift your leg to whatever degree. Find a spot for your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your concentration as you come out, no matter if you have to reset or anything. Don't be disturbed. Other side, shifting your weight, Virabhadrasana C. Just the right ankle of that front foot of the standing foot so that you can do it back, reach, point the toes. And those toes can stay right there as you reach forward, and you can stay. If you would like to lift up your leg, do some physics here, some balancing. Four. Exhale for 5. Inhale, come upright. And exhale, release back to both feet. Weaving the fingers, like the feet has lots of energy. So a nice little reset from time to time during the day can be this little interlace, press, lift your ribs, press up, gaze up, a little side stretch. Each way. Gaze up, reach up, breathe in. Bend your elbows, release your hands. Do it the other way. And inhale up top, stretch, stretch, and then bring it on down and release. Fingers weave again, come behind your skulls. You can do this one in your chair. Lean your head into your hands, lean back just a little bit. Standing back bend, supporting the head. So grounded feet and legs, ribs lift, pelvis forward a little bit. Brings a little gentle energy. Pelvis back underneath and release your arms. Finishing standing with forward folding, rocking. Take your time, come on down, slide your hands down your legs. Hands where you like. Do a little free rock and exploring in forward fold. Uttanasana, extended pose. Come into a stillness. Breathe twice more. Exhale, stillness in the low belly. Bend your knees, hands down, walk back. Plank pose for 1. So downward facing mountain pose, 2. 3, firming the thighs. Pressing strongly into the heels of your hands. Exhale. Bring your knees down carefully. Release your toes for child's pose. You can move your knees if you want them to be wider or closer for Balasana. We can add a little walk over to the side for side reaching version. Let yourself soften, release the effort of holding up the elbows. Just start to settle from standing practice. Exhale. Over to the other side, slowly, side reaching. In child's pose, it stretches the tops of the feet and ankles, around the knees, the low back. Pay attention. Refine it as needed. Exhale once more. Come back and we'll do our tabletop flow right up into cow spine. Remember core strength and spinal mobility, cat spine. Gently extending one more time with a nose gaze. Flexing with a navel gaze. And release. Dolphin pose, bring your forearms down, creating the triangle of hands and elbows, or flat hands. I find that leaving the fingers here, I put a lot of pressure on my hands, so I keep them flat. Play with your forearm bones a moment to find that foundation. Then tuck your toes, lift up your knees, press down into your forearms and lift your belly. The head is down between the arms. The shoulders are broad like downward dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step back with 1 foot at a time, lower to forearm pose, hugging your elbows and toes towards your navel, lengthening the back body, pressing down, firming the thighs. 2, 3, if you need your hips to be a little high, that allows you to develop the shape before you can get yourself level to the floor. 4, 5, strong. With control, release your belly down. Once you're on your belly, release your feet, long legs, long arms. Pointing the toes, centering. Reach your left leg straight back, pointing the toes. We're extending the hip a little bit there, and then the right arm. Opposite reach, 1. If you look up to see what's happening, make sure you look back down so your neck is long. Trying to maintain that nice flow through the spine throughout the practice. Other side, coming down. Inhale, low belly tones for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and release. Coming to your left side for ridgeline pose. Support your head with your arm. Stacking your legs, balancing. Rest your arm on top of your ridgeline, your other arm. 2. Pelvic floor, low belly. 5. Bend your top knee. Separate your knee about so your legs are about hip distance apart, and then bring your heel towards your seat. Come down with your top hand. Try to catch. Focus on bringing the heel towards the hip for this first one. Stretching the front of your hip, front of your shoulder. Breathing deeply once more. And changing the shape into lying half bow by pressing the foot into the hand, bringing the pelvis forward. It doesn't need to be a big shift, but it changes the attitude. One more time, breathe deeply, sideline, half bow. Release. Controlled, back to ridgeline pose. Breathe out. Other side, let your top hand come to the floor in front of your chest to ease that roll. Centering. Hand in front of the chest on the other side. Press yourself over. Coordinated balance on your side body. Four. One more time. Quad stretch. Separate your knees a bit from ridgeline and bend your top knee. Reach for your ankle or foot, whatever you can reach there. And then try to close your knee. Use your arm to help bring your heel closer to your body. Find that sweet place where the work feels positive. 1, 2. So we're trying to distribute the stretching of the thigh muscles through the bellies of the muscles, being easy with the attachments at the hip and knee. One more time. Side lying half bow. Straighten your arm, foot into the hand, belly a little forward. 1. Light dancer. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ridge line. Hand in front of your chest, belly. Hands by your chest, elbows in. Press up and back. One more downward dog opportunity or a child's pose of your choice. Are there any movements you like in downward dog? Do a little bit of one leg. Moving around with that. Exploring. Staying even in spite of the asymmetry. The other side for any exploring or a little shift in your child's pose. Let the practice be empowering. Keep strong. Have a little determination to be strong, to embrace the strength that it brings. Breathe out one more time, finding center where you are. Coming to sit down. Jani Shirsasana. Stretch out your right leg. I can see through my tights where my knee is engaged, the muscles around it are engaged here, pulling back on the toes. The other leg, a mindful fold of the knee, and the movement is from the hip joint. Sit tall, face the straight leg. Listen to your whole body as you head out and down. You want to tilt your pelvis to come forward. Maybe your knee needs to bend for that to happen. Hands connect somewhere. 1. Rest your eyes. Calm energy. Exhale again. Inhale, come up slowly. Cross ankles, boat pose, sit up tall. Using my hands and arms to help me stay lifted in the chest. Balancing. Release your feet, breathe out. Second side. Send out the straight leg, refine your seat. Fold in the other knee and move your hip externally. Inhale. Exhale. You're present. That's how you take care of yourself with your practice, how you find the right amount. Pay attention. Breathing into this shape has a long list of benefits. Let yourself be okay with that being enough. That's enough. Breathe out one more time. Follow inhale to slowly come up. Both toes cross ankles, lean back, lift your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring down your feet. Radha Konasana, both sides, the same time. Just did my little pop up and resettle onto the sitting bones. You can elevate your pelvis here. So we want to bring our heels together. This distance is up to you. This distance is up to you as well. So that butterfly with the legs feel a little bit nice, just to let the hips find that movement. Find that image in the mind. Then breathe in and sit tall, lift your chest a bit, tilt forward from your pelvis, bring your heart towards your feet. Stop at any point. Make any refinements. Extending forward version. One more time. Range of motion. Coming out. Use your hands, bring your legs together. Sitting comfortably while we're here to do our balancing breathing before we lie down. Take a moment to sit aligned and relaxed. Be with the quality of your energy. I call this version easy hand, where you bring your fingers on one side of your nose and your thumb on the other, and just use your dominant hand. That's easiest. You can always support your elbow if you need to, or just use your brain. So starting with the right side of your nose, breathing in slowly. Breathe out to the left side. Switching the hands, so you're closing. Breathe in left. Breathe out right. Breathe in right. Breathe out left. Second side, starting left, inhale. Stretch the thread of the breath. Exhale right. Right inhale. Left exhale. Slowly, slowly inhale left one more time. Exhale to the right. Feel the breath on the low belly as you finish. Release, extending the arms, tucking the chin. 3 times through both sides of the nose. Circulating the energy in your torso. Inhale once more up to your throat. Exhale down to your navel. Lift your chin, hold your chest, keep lifting your chin. Head over towards the left a little bit with the chin. Over to the right a little bit. Center. Back of the skull lifts to bring the spine back to neutral. Stay in the meditation. Keep coming back to that inner quietness. Bent, bridge pose. Spine centered and long, arms rounding, palms down. Exhale, navel. Holding the stillness in the belly as you come up. Keep your spine long. One more. Lift slightly higher. Come down slowly. One more time. Flow right in. The stillness on the front keeps that steady in the low back. Stretch the fronts of the hips. Face towards the sky. Press your feet. Or one more time, see if you've got a little space to grow. Open up that front body. Strengthen. Control coming down. Spinal mobility. Turning out your feet and from your hips a little bit. Turn out your legs. Do the rock side to side, arms wide. This is a controlled exploration of the hip rotations. Let your head rock away from your knees. Coming to the edges of the feet on each side. One more of these each way. Center. Make sure your spine is comfortable. That pressed feet, reset, back of pelvis. Just do that as needed and figure four pose. Stillness in the belly. Bring in your right knee towards your body. Do a little bit of a 1B. Squeeze first. And then guiding your ankle above your other knee. Your hand could encourage that releasing away of your knee. Trying to relax the bowl of the pelvis on that side. Away version. And then the welcoming towards the body version, and it can be just a small shift where you use your fingers to guide a little or more towards you. I just come up to my toes on the bottom leg to come slightly closer, but not too much. So please find your way. Find a therapeutic outer hip stretch. I'm breathing out slowly. Transitions matter. Give yourself room to bring that knee back towards the chest and down to the floor. The other side, Stillness in the low belly. This is a strength move to lift your leg off the ground. Knee to chest. Knee to the side, guide your ankle above. And the away version, very light touch, but resting the knee away. Softening that front hip zone. Exhale. And then just using the energy of the hands, that welcoming towards addition, the one we usually spend more time focusing on. Bring it in on this side to whatever degree. And find your meditation. It's okay to have a pillow so your neck is long. Forehead higher than the chin. Breathe out one more time. Low belly aware, core movement here as you come out. Knee to chest. Release. Stretch out your legs, stretch out your arms. Lengthening the front body. And come into your lying twist of your choice. So we can do the cat stretch, which is just easy knees to one side, easy head to the other. Or if you want to do the knee down or stack the knees, that's all fine. Little rotation on the spine. On this last breath, lengthen the inhale so that the exhale is long and you stay and linger in the exhale. Which brings your belly into the state of tone to support coming out and to the other side. Once you're there, your belly can do some relaxing. Breathing out for 4. Slowly, slowly inhale when you're ready. Exhale. Strong center and release. Shift yourself to center and lie down and relax. Let's forget the world for a while. Fall back and back into the hush and holy of now. Are you listening? This breath invites you to write the first word of your new story. Your new story begins with this. You matter. You are needed. Empty and naked, willing to say yes and yes and yes. Do you see the sun shines day after day? Whether you have faith or not, the sparrows continue to sing their song, even when you forget to sing yours. Stop asking, am I good enough? Ask only, am I showing up with love? Life is not a straight line. It's a downpour of gifts. Please, hold out your hand. Going in your easy seated pose. Your turn. You can gently present. Turn your voices and vibration with the sound of the earth, sound of the universe, breathing in. Always grateful for you, my friends, and for this tradition of yoga. It's always something we can be grateful. See you next time. Hope that you feel refreshed and strengthened in all the right ways. Full of more open energy.